We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. I'm Steve and Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWit, and this is the Land Academy Show.
This is episode number 2206. Today, Jill and I are talking about succeeding in a market where everyone says it's too crowded. It's a very pertinent topic. I did not choose this topic. My producer did, and I think it's fantastic. It gets to the root of who's successful in this business and who isn't.
Cool.
Each day on the show, we answer a question from our Land Academy member Discord forum, and we take a deep dive into land-related topics by popular request.
Okay, Alex wrote, I'm a little annoyed that the photographer went out on a not-so-clear day to take photos/videos. I think the videos can be stitched together to paint a pretty good picture of the land, but the stills leave a lot to be desired in my mind. It could also be that I had a different impression of what the road would look like and the land, frankly. I thought I was clear with him about shooting on a sunny day. This would be $300 out of pocket. I used some company and have not paid the photographer yet. Curious to get people's impressions of the footage and how you might respond to it, or if it's adequate to use based on people's experiences. Well, you know what? Here's what I'm qualified, I think, to answer this question.
Oh my gosh, yes, you are.
All right.
More than me.
So I would give if you made it really clear that you wanted a sunny day and you needed blue sky and all that, I would very nicely say, I need you to go back out. I wouldn't, withhold, you want the person to get paid and they need to do a good job and they need to know that it is what it is. Blue sky, sunny day, you didn't deliver that. Can you go back out tomorrow? How soon can you? When I get my blue sky, sunny day like I paid for, I will pay you, no problem. It should be that easy. And then I'm trying to think. The second thing is, you are right. If you are already, you're buying it right now, it needs to sing to you. Because if it sings to you, like, this is an amazing property, you're going to have no trouble selling it. And the seller, your buyer, I should say, will see that. So you've got to get those photos that look good. And sometimes, I'll tell you, Alex, we have done cheap, crappy ones initially to get a feel for it and then send out a good photographer. So I don't know.
It's part of our due diligence before we buy it.
Maybe maybe this photographer's not that good too. That could be also. So, and then I still would talk to him and just say, I don't know what happened. I'm paying you, this much money for these shots. This is what I expect. Can you do that? If they're like, no, I don't have a good enough equipment, then you need to find a different person to do them. But that's what I was going to say. We just have right now, I haven't looked at them yet, but I got photos back from a shoot this morning for a property, and we had to be real clear about how we wanted it lit. Well, and then it goes even further with this, Alex. I don't just tell them blue sky. I have like a checklist for land. I want from the north, from the south, from the east, from the west. I want different angles. I want to see the road going up to it. I want to see the cute little town where they would go and get their mail and buy their milk. All of that and once you make this little checklist, which I'm sure we have one in Land Academy, once you make this little checklist, it's really easy to send to every photographer.
My advice to you and to all younger people who are listening to this is this. We have, for whatever reason, especially after COVID, we are now in a world where quality of work or service is just an option. So whether you're getting a cup of coffee at Starbucks or you're going out to dinner, it's expected that there's a tip, and then that's what's going on here. This person,
maybe
what I've noticed in the last 10, maybe 15 years, and Jill and I have talked about this, that somebody with a drone who bought a drone on Amazon or a DSLR camera now can call themselves a photographer. And back in our day, that just wasn't the case. I need somebody to go out there and tell a story.
Right.
And have some positive impact on selling the property.
Right. And that's
not
on
just
you.
Going through the motions.
And you're going to have to work until you find them.
Right. You're going to have to, my point is, you're going to have to develop the skill. This is hard for me. This was hard for me to do it even 5 years ago. Jill's really good at this. Develop a skill when you're dealing with people to say, you know what, this just isn't good enough and I'm not going to sign it. Or I'm not going to accept it. And very nicely say, this is below what I expected, as I outlined. So please give it another shot, and I'll pay you. Today's topic Today's point, Jill's topic, is succeeding in a market everyone says is too crowded.
You know what my point is? Why'd you mail there initially? Is it too much of a hot market? Post-COVID, everybody was running to the towns we all know. We all heard Nashville. We all heard Austin. We know there's a handful of towns that we all heard about. Everybody, Coeur d'Alene. I'm like, I can keep going, but you know what I'm talking about. And you could even look, and it was fun because we would look and go, wow, there's all these tools online where you could put in where people are moving from and where they're moving to, and it would have counties and different things like that. Like all of it, and I think it was Tennessee. A lot of Illinois people were going to Tennessee. Why that is, I don't know. They all hung out at the same place. I don't know. Anyway, so the point is those markets became too hot. And what does that spell to us? Bidding wars. And what does that mean? Seller's market. Am I going to run around and buy land and do really well in a seller's market? No, it's silly. I would be nuts to do that. And this is one of the things that Jack does really well and why we're really successful. Jack knows how to sit back, look at the whole planet, well, the whole country, I should say, and whittle down and look for triggers and understand where we don't want to be in this pool, but we do want to be right over here. This is where the opportunity is, things like that. So that's my main point today is, if it's too crowded, should you be there anyway? What could you possibly do? And I was on the second half of a group coaching call yesterday, and we were talking about numbers. What numbers are good? What numbers are bad? I said, well, let me ask you this. Do you want to be one of 300 properties for sale, or do you want to be one of 30 properties for sale? They're like, oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. Take it away.
I'm going to get behind the psychology of and reiterate what Jill's saying, but there's something deeper going on here. This is a fact in this industry and every industry at some point. When there's profit, more people are going to enter the industry and provide and create competition. Think of nature. Jill and I live in a place. We have a big backyard, and all the bunny rabbits and the birds and all of that are all trying to kill each other at any given moment. It's just competition in nature. And guess who wins? Sometimes we wake up and there's just feathers everywhere.
Stupid bobcat wins.
There's an apex predator.
I don't have a name. I don't have a name for her yet. I'm working on it.
It's just like this here. So the days of sending out 5,000 letters, like I was one of the first people, if not the first, to send out 5,000 letters for everybody who owned 5-acre property in XYZ County for $500 each and buy 25 properties. And you know what? It was great for a while, and it stopped. But those are not the good old days. These are. We make way more money now buying and selling real estate than I ever did, and it's way more crowded. Why is that?
We've done a good job sharing our business model. Think I'm
no,
kidding?
No. Why are we buying a lot of real estate? Oh, and it is too crowded. There's a lot of why? Why are we better at it?
Oh, why are we better at it? Oh, because we're us. Well, because you know what? We hustle, and we know what we're doing. Because no one does data better than Jack, and no one can answer the phone.
It takes
better than me
to succeed.
And I can show you how to do it, but you have to bring the hustle. Period. I can't make you do that. And that's the only thing, speaking of coaching in our group sessions, that's the number one thing I spot people that fail. They understand the math. And they understand everything that needs to happen. They can't motivate themselves to have the phone by their nightstand. And when it rings at 6 a.m., because it's 9 a.m. on the East Coast where the mailer hit, answer the dumb phone.
We recently had we covered this topic in a Thursday call. And here's the example that I gave. If there's 10 people sitting in front of me in a classroom and I'm the teacher, there's 10 brand new people in land. At some point in about a week, they're going to separate themselves and they'll do it to themselves. I won't separate them in a bell curve. 2 of the people have already made up in their mind that they're going to smash this out of the park. So they're at the right side of the bell curve. 2 of the people of the 10 have decided that some version of this, I don't like it, I'm not smart enough, it's not worth my effort, and they're going to be on the left side of the bell curve. And in the middle are 6 people who may or may not succeed. This, I'm sure some version of this happens in the bunny murder that goes on in our backyard. Some of them are going to survive, some of them aren't, some of them are dead already. And so if you are one of the 2 people at the right side of the bell curve, then what's the title of this? Succeeding in a market everyone says is too crowded. You 2 people are going to do great because you don't know how to lose. You don't know how to stop, and you're not going to blame me for teaching it wrong, or you're not going to say Land Academy doesn't work. You're just going to succeed. So my advice to you, if you want to succeed at this or anything else, is be one of those 2 people, or find something you want to do for a living where you are one of those 2 people.
Fair.
Join us tomorrow where we discuss making the land business your own, not just copying others. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
We are Jack and Jill. Sorry.
Jill's on the right side of the bell curve here.
All right.
Or she just wanted to end this episode faster.
Kinda. No, I'm just joking. 3, 2, 1.
We are Jack and Jill. Information
and argumentation.
to buy undervalued property.
I don't know if that's the right word. If that's not a word, I made it up.
We hope you found our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.